Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University.
Myself, Dr. Shivang Patel, Associate Professor, School of Computer Science, Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University. Welcome you all in the Chaitanya Studio. In this lecture series of subject operating system, in the last session we have discussed regular expressions as well as searching patterns commands. So just revise few of the things, then after we are continuing with few more commands related with this filtering in the Linux or Ubuntu operating system. So in the last session we have discussed regular expression. So regular expressions that are nothing but few of the symbols or the sequence of symbols that you are using to search pattern or to search string from particular file, right? So we have discussed various symbols like question mark, dot, then after square bracket, slash, backslash. These are the different symbols that we have discussed with example, how they are used in the creation of syntax, and that is nothing but the pattern finding syntaxes. With the help of that symbol we are creating regular expressions. Then after we have discussed few of the commands related with that searching patterns. So we have discussed grep family. So global regular expression print, that family commands that we have discussed, in which we have discussed first grep command, then after some of the variations like egrep, then after fgrep, rgrep, these all the commands that we have discussed with practically, right? So just overview those commands. If you want to search some of the patterns with the help of regular expressions from particular file, in that case you are using grep command. Then after egrep, or say for example if you don't want to use egrep, there are multiple options available with the grep command like grep and -e, that is equivalent to egrep command. Then after, suppose you want to search recursively from all the subdirectories as well as the directories, whatever the files available into that directories, you want to search any specific string from all those files. In that case you are requiring recursive search. In that case you are using the option R, right? So these are the commands that we have discussed in the last session. Now in today's session we are going to discuss few of the filter commands, right? So we'll start with what is filter and which are the commands that are available in the Ubuntu operating system or Linux operating system in general, right? So first of all, what are filters? So filters are nothing but the programs that can take some textual data as an input. Now whatever the data that can be taken as an input, that can be from the file or it may be on the command prompt, right? And accordingly those filters that can be applied, and whatever the contents from particular file, that will be displayed to the user on screen. In simple words, you can say that suppose you are having one file or multiple files having some different type of data. Let's say one example, suppose you are having one file with the data of employees. So all the employee information like employee ID, employee name, then department, its date of joining, date of birth, all these information that are stored in one file, say for example employee.txt, right? Now that file contains multiple records. Now you are requiring not all the records but few of the records from those. Say for example you are requiring the records like the employees who depends on sales department, few of the employees that depend on purchase department, or few of the employees whose salary is more than 10,000 or 20,000, or few of the employees whose date of birth lies between particular date to particular date. So these are the different criteria or queries that you want to execute on particular data. In that case you are requiring filters. Second thing, if you want to change formation, whatever the format that you are storing in particular file, now not all the information or data you are requiring some specific field of those data or specific rows from those data. In that case you are requiring some condition to apply, and those conditions are nothing but the filters, right? So in today's session we are discussing how you can apply those filter and how you can extract the data from particular file with the help of few filter commands available in the Linux or Ubuntu operating system. So you can see on the screen, these are the different commands available that works as filter in the Linux or Ubuntu operating system. First is cut command, then after paste, then join, sort, unique, common, compare, sed, tr and od. These are the different filters that we have to see in today's session with practically. Now first of all, start with the cut filter, or you can say that the cut command. These are the filters. Basically, if you want to cut some of the text based on some criteria, say for example, your file you are creating that contains employee data, and each and every data, or you can say that each and every field that are separated with some specific symbol. Say for example, my file contains employee ID, then after employee name, then after employee that working on which department, and then after, say for example, its contact number or date of birth or date of joining and salary. All the data, all the fields are separated with space, all the fields are separated with tab, all the fields are separated with colon, all the fields are separated with semicolon, or all the fields are separated with comma. In short, all these data or fields that are separated with some symbol in the particular file, right? So you can say that, say for example, we are having one comma separated file, that is CSV file with us, and we are requiring to extract only few of the columns or only few of the fields from that particular file. In that case, you are requiring to apply this cut command. So in short, you can say that if you want to cut some specific portion of particular file, in that case you are using this cut filter. Now this cut filter basically used to extract data from CSV file, as we have already discussed. Say for example, the syntax, that is cut, then after options that you have to apply, and then after the file name. Here example is given, cut, then after -d, d that is delimiter. So whatever the fields in particular file, they are separated with symbol. That symbol you have to specify here, that's why you are using this delimiter. Then say for example, all the fields are separated with colon sign or hyphen sign or semicolon sign. So that sign that you have to represent here in single quotation. So in our example, you can see cut command, then after option is d, then after in our file delimiter, that is uses dash, and then after f option is there. So f represent the field, then after the number of that field. Say for example, in your file 5 columns are there, you are requiring to extract second number of second column, third column, or say for example from second to fifth number columns, right? So you can also apply the range here. So this is nothing but the field representing that f option, and then after the file name. So we can see the same example with the help of practically, so you can get more idea. So on terminal, first of all, we are just checking how many files are available. So how you can find out which are the files available? With the help of ls command, right? Now whatever the files here, they are not in our format by which we are using the filters, right? So we are creating one more file which is employee. Say for example, I am giving the name emp.txt, right? Now suppose this file contains few of the records. Say for example, employee ID is 101, then after I am putting semicolon for separation of two fields, right? Then after I am entering the name of particular employee. So say for example Raj, then after semicolon I am using surname Sharma, then after semicolon, then after I am entering the department. Say for example, this employee belongs to sales department, then after, say for example, I am entering phone number. This is my one record. Another information you can also apply according to your requirement. It is only sample. Then after another record I am entering employee ID. Another name is there, first name, then after last name. Then after he belongs to purchase department. Then after phone number. Again I am entering one more information, one more row. Depends on research department. Then after its phone number. So now these are the three records available in this emp.txt. Now I am saving that file by Ctrl D. Now you can check the content, cat, then after emp.txt, right. So these are the contents available. Now I am not requiring all those data. I am requiring just employee first name and the last name. All the information is not relevant. So in that case, suppose I am required to fire one query, and in that query I have to apply that particular command or filter, that is cut filter. So as we have discussed the syntax, you have to apply cut, then after here delimiter is semicolon. So I am applying the filter into that delimiter criteria I am assigning. So I am requiring to use option D. Then after which delimiter is there? So here semicolon is there. So I am representing that here. Then after which field you are requiring? So I am requiring field number, or you can say that the column number. So 101, 102, 103, that is the employee ID, that is our first column number. Then after first name, that is available in our second column. So here I am using second. Then after comma, I am also requiring surname. So that is available in the third column. So I am applying 3 here. Now suppose you are requiring in the range, say for example 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In that case you are applying 2 and then after hyphen and then after the last column number, right. Then after the file name you have to apply, here the file name is emp.txt. So you can observe here, from that file only 2 columns that will be displayed, right. So I think you are clear with this cut command. If you want to extract some of the data which is available in the file, you are not requiring all those columns, you are requiring some specific columns or specific fields. In that case you are using cut command, right. Few other options are also available for that cut command. Now as we have discussed, delimiter can be anything, it may be any symbol. In our file we have used semicolon. You can also apply comma or space delimiter or slash or pipeline, anything that may be possible. So accordingly you have to change your criteria in the cut command, right. Now suppose you are requiring to find some specific byte positions, right. So here you can see on the screen the example is given. Say for example echo, that you already aware, this command is used to print some message. So here message you want to print, that is Linux. Now I don't want to like to print the whole Linux string, right. I would like to print only few of the bytes from that particular string. So in that case, here I am extracting some of the characters with the help of byte criteria. So you are requiring the option B. So you can observe here echo, then after whatever the string, then after pipeline symbol, then after you are using cut command, then B, that is representing the byte, and then after 2. So whenever you are executing this command, only second byte, whatever the character available, that will be displayed. Same way, suppose you are requiring to represent 2 bytes starting with the first one. In that case you are specifying the range 1-2. So here first 2 bytes that will be represented with the help of this command. Pipeline, that you already aware, if you want to merge multiple commands, in that case you are using pipeline symbol that we have already discussed. You can say that the feature called redirection, that means whatever the output of one command that you are applying to another command as an input, that is the main role of pipeline, right. Now another, again you are requiring some specific bytes not in the range, then you can separate with the help of comma. So here in this case first byte I am requiring and then after third byte I am requiring. So I am using 1 then comma 3, right. So now suppose you are requiring to modify delimiter. What is the meaning of modifying delimiter? So in our file emp.txt, the delimiter is semicolon, but whenever you are representing in the output form, you are not requiring that semicolon, you are requiring simply space, right. So that means you want to change that particular delimiter. So it is also available here with the help of cut command. So you can use this cut, then after delimiter D, semicolon, then after F, that is field name. So here in our example, suppose you are requiring first, third and fourth column, then you are applying this command. But what happened here, delimiter is semicolon, you have to change. So you can write here at the end of the command double hyphen and then after output dash delimiter equal to space. That means whatever the delimiter you are requiring, that you have to mention at the end, right. So in this example, echo, then after how, now, brown and cow, these are the 4 strings are there, all are separated by semicolon, but you are not requiring to print that semicolon. In that case, you can separate those with the help of your own modifier, right. That means your own delimiter. We can apply this in our example also. So again, that command we are using. Now here we have to add one more thing, that is output delimiter, and then after you can apply double equal to and then after space. Spelling is wrong, I think. Yes. You can observe here, by adding that string output delimiter and then after simply space. So whatever the fields we are requiring, that are now separated with the space, right. You can also change other than space. Say for example, you are requiring colon sign, then after press enter. So now your output, your 2 columns that are separated by the colon, right. So this way you can change or you can modify whatever the symbols you are requiring to separate your fields or the columns, right. Now move with the next one. Second one is paste command. Now if you want to merge particular contents from different files, right, or say for example, you want to merge contents from the same file, but say for example, you are requiring first field, then after another second field, then after fifth field, or say for example, you want to merge lines from 2 different files vertically. In that case, you are using this paste command, right. So the option is paste, then after option and after the file. Now example is given here. We can directly apply practically here. So just clear the screen. Now I am creating one file, data1.txt. Now I am entering few name here. This is my one file. I am creating another file. In that case, I am storing employee ID. Then after, I am saving that file. Now you can check data of both the files. Here data1.txt, then after data2.txt. These are the total records available in both the files. Now you want to merge both the content of both the files. In that case, you are using paste command and then after apply that particular file name. Say for example, I am requiring this field first, then after another field for another file. So you can observe here the data that will be merged from 2 different files, employee ID that can be taken from data2.txt and the name that is taken from data1.txt. So this way you can merge multiple data in columnar format, or you can say that the vertical format. So the paste command that can be used to merge content from multiple files, right. Now suppose you are requiring to merge with some specific delimiter. Here you can observe in our screen that say whatever the default delimiter, that is space, right, but you are not requiring that default delimiter. In that case, you have to mention specific symbol, how that data will be separated, right? So for that again you can use that particular command, that is output delimiter here, right, as we have already discussed in the cut command, like this, output delimiter and then after colon. The same you can apply here with the paste command also, right. Now moving ahead, another filter, that is join. Now if you want to combine multiple lines based on the key, right, in that case you are requiring this join. Now how this join command differs with the paste? So in the paste there is no concept to join with the help of or to merge with the help of key column, right, but here there is a concept of key column. That means what? Whatever content you want to join from two different or multiple different files, in that case at least one column should be common in both the files, right. Say for example, I am creating two different files. In first file I am saving employee ID and employee first name. In the second file I am saving employee ID and last name. So here you can observe in both the file one column that is unique, or you can say that can be used as a key, that is nothing but the employee ID, right. Then after you want to merge these two file contents, then you can use this join command. Now the option is given on your screen, join, then after file 1 and file 2. Here practically we can apply, but before that you can observe here join, then after dash 1 space 2. What it means? 1 that represent the first file and 2 that represent that the key field, or you can say that the second field, right. So whatever the key field that you have to mention here, then after 2 and 1 that is the second file and the first that represent the key field, then after the both the file that you have to apply here. So here you can see 1 2 that means the first file's second field, that is considering as the key, and 2 1 that means the second file's first field as a key, right. So we can apply this on our example that we have discussed. First of all, clearing the screen. Now I am creating file 1.txt. I am entering data 101, then after giving the name Raj, 102, Rohit, 103, Preet, then after save, Control D. I am creating another file in which I am storing employee ID also, because if you want to use join command you are requiring one common field in both the files. Now I am storing here their department. Say for example Raj is working in purchase department, then 102 Rohit is working in sales department, then 103 that Preet working in again purchase department. Now Control D for saving. Now you can check the content of both the file 1.txt, these are the content, again file 2.txt, this is the content. Now you have to apply join command. So you can apply join command, then after you are requiring here that particular hyphen sign and then after the column number as well as the field and well as the file name, right. So say for example in the first file the first column is considering as a key, then after in the second file again the first column is considered as key, right. So I would like to join this way. I can apply here file name file 1.txt and file 2.txt. So you can see here both the contents from two different files that are merged here. They are merged on which criteria? The criteria called key, and key is nothing but the column which is common in both the files. So here the key is nothing but the first column, that is employee ID. Now based on employee ID, we have merged whatever the contents from two different files, right? So if your key is on the second position, that means that is on the second column. So here you have to change the number, right? That is -1, that is from the first file, and in place of 1 you have to write 2, right? If your column that is available, key that is available on the second, right? Same way in the second file, suppose your first column is employee ID, in that case you are applying this, right? So this way you can change according to whatever the position of the column, right? So in today's session, we are concluding here this session. In today's session, we are discussing basically two filters, cut and paste, and then after we have apply one more variation, that is join filter, right? These are all the filters that can be used to extract whatever the data according to your requirement from particular files, right? Now in next subsequent sessions, we are continuing with few more filters that are available in Linux and Ubuntu operating system. Till then, happy learning. Thank you.